My name is Manjiri Datar.
Yes.
And it's a request. The request is that can you talk a little bit about free will?
Yeah, that comes up a lot. I understand. That comes up a lot. But I will not talk a little bit because we have really run out of time. I'll mention just a few key points and then move on. Practically, we have free will. We cannot avoid that. All our life is based on the notion of free will. The very fact that you decided to come here, the very fact that I asked you to come and speak here, we all have a notion, I could have chosen otherwise, but I chose this. We have a notion of free will. You go out and buy something in Costco or in Trader Joe's. The whole thing is displayed in a way that assumes free will on your part. That you can choose. The customer has free will. That's why do they spend billions of dollars in advertisement? To restrict your free will. So that you are not free anymore. We want to influence your free will to make you buy our product. So all consumer activity, the market itself is based on the notion of free will, assumption that you're free will. Our entire justice system is based on the assumption that you're free. You've freely done something bad, so you have to be punished or penalized. You've freely done something good, so you have to be rewarded or recognized. So justice system, economics, then politics, election. What is the point of it? The idea is that the voter has free will. Religion, ethics. Why do you have do's and don'ts? Do this, don't do that. It's assuming you have free will. If you have no free will, what's the use of recommending this or that? If a person is going to do whatever they are in spite of any kind of teaching, any kind of advice, then there's no point in teaching or advice. So, free will is assumed in religion, in politics, in economics, in our society in date, and in common sense also it's assumed. Is it really there? No. That's the amazing thing, that when we investigate, what do I mean investigate? Investigate scientifically, investigate philosophically, investigate in religion and theology. Everywhere the answer seems to come up that in a deep sense, no. Free will is not as we understood it. In one sense, it's not there. Science will say it's hard determinism. From the beginning of the Big Bang till now, there's a chain of cause and effect, and if causality holds anywhere in the universe, it must hold everywhere in the universe. If there is causality, where is free will? In a simplistic way. Religion, philosophy. Swami Vivekananda said free will is a contradiction in terms. There is freedom. Brahman is free. But there is no free will. The moment it comes down to the level of the will, it is all cause and effect. Anyway, so what's the takeaway from all of this? Assume there is free will, because even if you assume there is no free will, you will still continue to act as if there is free will. There is one thing in which you have no freedom, in the matter of freedom. Even if you decide you have no free will, you will continue to act as if you have free will. Act in accordance with our intuition that we do have free will. But this new knowledge which is coming from science, and that book is there, Determined, Robert Sapolsky. The latest work in neuroscience, saying that free will is very unlikely that we have free will. Anyway, so in science, in philosophy, not that all philosophy says there's no free will. There are multiple schools. There are schools which are deterministic schools, no free will. There are schools which are called libertarian schools, which say that there is free will. There are schools which are called compatibilist theories, which means free will and no free will can coexist together. For example, I raise my hand here. Is this an act of free will? Yes. Most of you will say yes. But this is made possible by a strict chain of causation, of causality, of determinism. I want to raise my hand. How that wish is transmitted into raising the hand, then there's a full chain of deterministic activity. From the firing of the neurons, to the contraction of the muscles, to the coordination of the muscles and the muscular system and all of that, which is raising this hand, everything is causally linked. If it were not causally linked, if one thing could lead to this, or if the neurons fired and the muscle said, I may contract, may not contract. If the bones say, I may bend this way, I may not bend that way, then I would not be able to raise my hand. Go to a physiotherapy unit where you see patients who have suffered from paralysis, undergoing they have the free will of raising the hand, they cannot. Then you see clearly how the causal mechanism working in the brain, the nervous system and the muscular system, how that causality, that determinism, hard determinism is absolutely necessary for free will. My free will over my body is made possible because the body has no free will. Another example, compatibilist, mathematics. Mathematics is possible because there is a set of axioms, and based on that you can derive your theorems and all, and everything will follow strictly in logical necessity. Then only you have the freedom of doing mathematics. If those axioms were not followed, where anything could lead from anything, then no mathematics would be possible. So, as spiritual seekers, what do we take away from all this? This I am taking from the philosopher Arindam Chakravarti, very beautiful. He says, assume free will, because you cannot do any otherwise. You have no free will in assuming free will. And recognize that ultimately it's all God's will. So, in doing everything, he uses the Sanskrit word namaha. Namaha means salutation. Namah. But he splits it up in this way. He plays on the word very beautiful. Namaha means na mama, not mine. Not mine. In every action we will assume free will, do every action, and also keep on acknowledging, not me, not mine, you my Lord, you my Lord. How much of this is our doing in this world? I, the individual, almost nothing. In this my individual body also, in this my individual mind also, how much of it is under my control? If you look carefully, almost nothing. It's more like a show to which we are a witness. This is a very ancient philosophy, Sankhya. It says you are a conscious being, rest of it is not your concern. Prakriti, nature is putting up a show for your benefit. This universe, this body, this mind, this life, the entirety is a show put up by Prakriti for your benefit. And also Prakriti gives you, nature, Prakriti means nature. Nature also gives you a little bit of an illusion that you have free will. Actually, nature, Mother Nature, I'm controlling everything, but I make you feel as if you are doing some little bit of the stuff to encourage you to do. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Prakrityeva karmani kriyamanani sarvasha yapashyati tathatmanam akartaram shapashyati. Nature alone is doing everything in this universe, including what you think is your own body, your own mind, your own personality. Everything A to Z is being done by nature. The one who sees this sees that I am the non-doer, sees the self as the non-doer, non-agent. But the beauty of it is seeing that and yet from all practical purposes being fully engaged in action. It's great freedom, great joy, great lightness, great freedom. Okay, thank you.